What's going on, ChavezzSlovakia? I feel like I'm looking shadier than usual, and I am not gonna fix the lighting. That's what I'm doing in 2024, relaxing a little, huh? You can see enough of me. You've seen plenty of me. Good to have you guys back for another year. You know, somebody suggested that we start doing seasons for some of the reactions to kind of keep things organized. I feel like we're in too deep for that. I think what I will do instead is reorganize the playlist, put some of the newer stuff at the top, or some of the stuff that I like at the top more, maybe. But I'm up for suggestions. With more Ssethtzeenach for the new year. More Ssethtzeenach. What the hell ever. We're back for the most normal video that we didn't do in 2023, and that is Starplop, the Todd edition, which who knows what that could be referring to, but given the last reaction video that we did of this, this is very, very tame compared to everything else. Please continue to leave your reaction requests down for me to check out. We do have some more hell of a boss stuff we're gonna actually do, because why not? We're done not doing it because of the threat of YouTube's violence, and let's get into it. Bye.
Hey, Star Sisters, Seth here.
What's
Let me
up,
tell you
Seth?
a vision of a future. In the future, white boys can finally jump with the help of a booster pack and, of course, low gravity. Humanity has spread across the stars in their multitudes of diverse races and cultures.
Nice.
The Red Guard, the Sons of Yakub, Hispanics, honorary Aryans, and the Fingolian Chindonesians now populate the vast expanse
What?
of space. Naturally, we never did find a solution for automation. So in the future, the only career paths are space pirate with a voice filter, or religious extremist.
Oh my
Parents
God.
send children away with teary eyes, knowing full well their offspring will grow up to become murderous bandits before putting on their own helmets and shooting up the 7-Eleven. And the PS5 still has no games. That vision is already here, Star Sisters, because the best game ever made, no, the best game that will ever be made is already out, and there's no competition. Baldur's Gate? More like free hour, unskippable gay sex scene. Starfield, a masterpiece where I can live out my fantasy of being a Bangladeshi man with A10 eyes. Starfield wins Game of the Year for their food models alone. Just look at the grease on that sausage. That's the difference ray tracing makes in a game like this, which runs buttery smooth on my 4090, pushing a blazingly fast
Watermelons.
17 frames a second. I'm quite fine with this since, according to the science, the human eye can only see 24 frames a second. Sometimes my saves get corrupted and I lose progress,
That
but in
makes
my
sense.
deep unhappiness, I realize I get to have those unforgettable experiences all over again. We must imagine that we are Sisyphus, pushing the boulder forever uphill. For in
How
the
did you do
struggle,
this?
we find meaning. Ask not what Todd Howard can do for you,
This is
but
fucking
instead
broken.
what you can do for Todd Howard.
Whoa.
A good game has memorable characters, but an amazing game is one where you don't remember a single person at all.
fucking thing,
Starfield
dude.
is to role-playing what dementia is to the elderly. And now for a word from our sponsor. The flesh is
That
weak.
was so
I
good,
crave the
dude.
strength and certainty of steel.
Dude.
I crash is what dementia
That's so freaking good, dude. It's like a very slight tinge of shit talking about the game because it was underwhelming overall. I don't know anyone who had like a great time with you know, Starfield. I know people that enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed the weekends that I spent playing it, but I probably won't look back anytime soon. And I did some of the bigger quests with the pirate hunting, the stuff, and all that. You've played the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And, you know, some of the options wasn't fleshed out enough for this level of RPG that I was expecting. And take it to him to sneak fish inside of elevators. You know, this is peak gaming. But it's weird because, like, it feels like even in something like GTA and Red Dead, if that fish was here in the elevator, people would be reacting to the fish in the elevator. This game feels like it ignores you. Like you do stuff and the game plays itself despite you doing stuff, you know? And it's still like the age-old, like you can do thieving, right? But if you get caught stealing something from somebody, there are immediate and harsh consequences that do not make it worth stealing the garbage you're stealing from people. And in this whole quest, you could steal like a key card, right? At one point in the game, you could steal a key card to get into a guy's house, to like rob his house for a bunch of stuff. And there's literally nothing in it. This is like the mayor of the city. Like, you rob him for a key card and you get in the mayor's house and you get nothing out of his house. Garbage.
Ask not what taught Howard memorable at all. Starfielder, the flesh is weak. I crave the strength and certainty of steel. I crave Displate.
That's just two guys kissing. Where's the game?
Displate is a one-of-a-kind metal poster designed to capture your unique passions. But Seth, I hear you cry. I've already got my passions captured. And how's that working out for you? What if you wanted to put up another one? Have fun wrangling the packaging, flattening it out, finding the right size poster frame, and of course, mounting the damn thing. Say goodbye to the hassle with Displate. All you have to do is open it up, stick on the magnets, and oh hey, we're done. Displate has a vast array of high-quality official art to choose from, and they're always expanding their collection. Check out my top picks. We've got Dark Souls, Mortal Kombat, Sonic, and of course, Skyrim, and Skyrim. In Todd, we trust. And if you're not a gamer, that's fine too. Displate has posters for every passion. Cars, ducks, Elon Musk. You want it? They've got it. Just think, you could have any one of these at your door in less than a week, and on your wall in less than a minute. Just visit displate.com/Ssethtzeenach or use code Seth for up to 40% off on all /Ssethtzeenach or use code Seth for up to 40%.
I always forget how to say that name.
Off on all designs. Personally, you'll never see me with a paper poster ever again. I'm filing for divorce, taking the kids, and using Displate for all my future wall decorating needs. The strongest skill in this game, following tradition, is persuasion, which lets you walk away from the last fight by saying, what if we don't? This system works by stringing random sentences together with a cadence of a crackhead until the recipient gets visibly uncomfortable and leaves.
It doesn't make any sense.
Would shamelessly steal. The true purpose of persuasion, however, is to gaslight companions. Sarah is strongly opposed to the harm of innocent people. So, appropriately, in the style of a cartel execution, I ventilate someone's cranium. She screams at me.
What the hell is the matter with you?
I persuade her that I'm sorry and I'm going to do better.
I'm not sure there's anything you can say at this point.
And you just say random gibberish.
As strange as that sounds, I suppose that's possible.
That's it, it works.
I realize things out here can be rough. So I'm going to let this go. For now.
And then I do it again.
I accept who you are. I'm just not sure I can travel with you on this path you've chosen.
This is, single-handedly, the most entertaining thing in this game.
Just try to be more careful in the future. Otherwise, you'll find yourself traveling alone. I am not going to help you murder you and I.
The second most entertaining thing in this game is joining the pirate faction as a double agent.
Right! That's what happened to me, forcibly, because I just wanted to rob people for funsies. Damn it, I'm mad about
In
it.
the process, becoming a triple agent. I have chosen to join the war on terror. On the side of terror, I can play entire missions without shooting a single shot, because guess what? Half the entire game is now friendly to me. I watch caravans get lit up with the same interest as a youth in the projects witnessing a drive-by. The streets give, and the streets take. Sorry, I've had paranoid hallucinations with more coherence than the plot of this game. Spoiler, it's Skyrim in space. You must become Starborn to use the magical Fusro Da to kill Parthenax, who in this case is other Starborn from other universes that you must defeat to go to another universe and start New Game Plus. Multiverse theory is appealing to fans of Rick and Morty because it implies the existence of a dimension where you haven't been molested. There's copium online that there's differences between universes and no run is the same. Yes, one place in the game changes. The emissary is always whoever dies in your current run, and there's a universe where Sarah is a potted plant. Objectively, this is the best universe because she doesn't talk. Yet, I heard some people even romanced this creature. If you find such dialogue captivating, I recommend intimacy with a drywall. My favorite part of the story was attending a funeral, only to interrupt it by starting a firefight. Almost everyone involved is an essential NPC, so the shootout will never end. Question: when we have an infinite amount of universes, that means we have no consequences. Anything we do can be undone by walking through a portal. So why can't we kill essential NPCs? Why even have a setting if you're not going to make use of it? This aggravates me to no end because everyone I want to shoot is a higher entity made of light. For example, there's a side quest where a 200-year-old ship from Earth, developed before the invention of a grav drive, has reached the planet resort of Paradiso. You negotiate on their behalf and are given 3 options. 1. Send every colonist to work as an indentured slave for the corporation.
Damn.
2, pay out of pocket for a grav drive and send them to bother someone else. Or 3, eliminate the last practicing Jew in the universe.
What?
I'm not making this up. There's a colonist on board who's preserved Hebrew rabbinical teachings.
What?
And the third option is the corporation asking you to destroy the ship. What the Austrian painter
fun.
started, Todd will finish. What is this quest design? You present me with 3 terrible options, and my immediate response is to shoot up the board of directors. But I can't, because I'm not allowed to.
Right.
Because the talent in this company has dried up and left a long time ago. But it doesn't matter, because Bethesda spits out a game every few years for their target audience. Dads. I get it. You have 2 kids, you're in your mid-30s, and you have time for exactly 3 games a year. I don't judge. We're all busy. But this game is immune to criticism because the people you're arguing with don't have that much time or investment. They see a crater, they soy pog, and then they leave. That's why if somebody defends this game, don't give them a hard time. They have it hard enough already, between beating their spouse and their children. And they still say, man can't multitask. Gameplay. This game features challenging and intriguing puzzles such as fit the shape into the shaped hole and replace the battery. Considering the majority of Xbox players have never replaced a smoke alarm, this is a novel concept as it requires higher abstraction to deduce that the ubiquitous chirp in the hallway is in some way quantum connected to the set of Duracell batteries you hold in your hand. Clearly, I didn't pay enough attention during character creation, as once I finished the game, I was very surprised to hear my character's voice.
You made it. I hope you're enjoying the view.
Not like I missed anything. All the perks are garbage. Wanted is one of 2 perks that actually does anything, because you get bounty hunters chasing you. The other being kid stuff, which gives Americans the experience of 2 loving parents that aren't divorced. For the nation holding the world record in broken homes, a stable family is science fiction. I spent a bunch of time modding guns, only to find out that guns don't scale whatsoever. Attachments on lower level weapons are a waste of time. Let me tell you how you're actually supposed to do it. You fly into a level 75 zone,
steal
but
a weapon.
instead of being insta-killed, you cast Creator's Piece, which makes enemies drop their guns. You bring them back, tweak them on a workbench, and now you no longer have to complain about bullet sponges. Personally, I enjoyed shipbuilding. Yes, I'm aware of a hollow ship exploit, but I didn't really need it, because all I ever do is one-shot the engine with electromagnetic and board their ship, after which I disarm them with Creator's Piece and individually fistfight the entire crew. It's really fun, and if I cast Parallel Self, I can roleplay as if we're having a civil dispute at the Bangladeshi border. I found out companions don't use ammunition, which is convenient because for some reason this game lets you craft everything except ammunition, some of which is highly specific and not sold by most vendors. In contrast, crafting ingredients are sold by the dozen, trivializing their collection and destroying any incentive you had to find them yourself.
And it's not fun
I thought it would be interesting to try make my outposts self-sufficient, using only the resources I could find. It took me 2 full days before I found a planetary source of sealant. For reference, this is a common organic ingredient necessary for most structures. And where did I find it? Middle of nowhere on a toxic bio, meaning I needed to reach the bottom of a science tree that has 3 tiers into planetary habitation before I could make planetary habitation. So, in case you're ever tempted to do what I did, don't. I remember once I saw a live leaks video of some Chinese farmers throwing pigs into an open pit and setting them on fire with kerosene. Starfield.
Why are we talking about that right now? I know he's going to tell us, but Jesus Christ.
Throwing pigs into an open pit and setting them on fire with kerosene.
We didn't see that.
Starfield allows you to not only recreate this video, but use it for infinite experience. What I did was set up several alien breeding facilities and boxed them in. Then, I built a macro script to throw incendiary grenades at set intervals, firebombing all the cows, waiting for them to respawn, only to firebomb them again. I can leave my desk and come back several levels higher.
What are we
Generally,
talking
however,
about?
Outpost development is a hellish experience, and that's because the game has no system to track how much you need and what you need.
Yeah, that shit is terrible.
Best bet for memorizing a recipe is using pen and paper. The alternative to that is jumping across load screens, walking to the vendor, buying what you assume is enough, returning to the outpost, only to find out you're missing like 2 adhesive and need to go all the way back. This game is an exercise in how many load screens can you tolerate before choosing to end it all. No wonder nobody ever got that Steam refund. We spent 2 whole hours docking and undocking. There's a lot of these transitional animations, and it's not that they're painfully goddamn slow, it's that I can't skip them. I understand that this is a small indie company and maybe resources are stretched thin between the award-winning dialogue and the NPCs that hit you with that fluoride stare. But when the solution is so simple and obvious, you can't help but ask, what's going on at Bethesda? Despite having no access to the construction set, the modding community has managed to fix many of the issues. However,
thanks.
even if they do release the toolset...
What was that last one? Skip instant
the modding
docking,
community has managed
ship,
to
cage
fix
me
many
up,
of the issues.
voluptuous bodies for beauties, new proportions for female characters. That's what I thought.
However, even if they do release the toolset 6 months down the line, I don't really trust this company to not screw me over. Remember, the only reason we don't have paid mods is because of pushback. Believe me, they'll try again. The only potential redemption of this game is the release of a full construction set, because the only way the fans could save this game is to wipe it clean and make something else.
Yeah.
Look, I figured it out. I know why I'm so angry. I'm not angry at the game.
You're not?
It's not even that bad. I'm angry because I paid $100 for it. The king of a chess club has done it again. Each time I tell myself, no, not this time. But I already know Todd's gonna tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. And each
You
time,
like it.
I listen.
Yeah,
I understand
right.
I said some polarizing things, but in truth, I just needed a video because I signed a lot of contracts while drunk. So don't take anything I say seriously. It's all bait. But what if it isn't?
Yeah.
What if it's actually my unfiltered dogshit opinion? As always, more content to come because I'm legally obligated. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos.
He needs the
You're all
money.
truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Oh, geez, guys. I completely forgot about all of the negative feedback until right when the video started. I had a rush of thought of like, oh yeah, that's right. People hated this game. I didn't hate it. I played it and had an okay time. But I have to say, it is very underwhelming. You know, it doesn't bring that pizzazz that you were really looking for, that zing. But then I didn't have to pay for it, so I didn't complain that much. I think it's still on Game Pass right now. I think I can go have an underwhelming time right now. But there are just too many things that they looked over that make the game feel like a slog to play. And you know, we're still at a point right now, like they fixed the autosave thing. There's a ton of autosaves in the game. That's cool. That's normally my biggest complaint about this kind of RPGs is that they know you're gonna take risk by making decisions, but they make it so hard to undo those decisions. But this game kind of still fails in the commitment part because you have to put so much time and effort into doing absolutely anything for no reward whatsoever. You know, figuring things out is cool in RPGs, but it still needs some sort of organization. It just feels like this game is just not inspired in the organization way. I don't know what they spent this whole time working on. That's kind of how I feel about Starfield. Like, the game came out, but what the hell took so long? Like, is an innovative engine? Is that what we were working on? Couldn't be the dialogue, you know? Like, it's not that bad. It's just, I think we were looking at it get blown out of the water and we just weren't with that. I think that's just all it is. But anywho's, good to see somebody else's take on it. The crafting part really threw me for a loop when I went to go build things, and I felt the organization was super weird for the star base. You didn't know what anything actually did, you know, and you couldn't build any of it anyways. It was so hard to find the resources. Just go get money and then buy them. That's exactly what I ended up doing as well. And that just is not as fun. But anywho's, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.